when I'm looking. Hi, Rosanna. How are you? Oh, thank you. You're lovely. Okay, I'm going to keep my phone on me because I, on my screen, I've got something went wrong from YouTube. Hey, JD, how are you? Um, and I'm trying to figure out where I can see the comments on my laptop. What does that do? Share screen. Hey, Joanna. What am I doing wrong? Why are you here? Edit? No, cancel that. Let me see if I can show you. This, there. Anyway, I'm seeing something here that maybe, you can't see. There. Anyway, there's something wrong there. So, hi Angela, how are you? Okay, so you can all see me. Please give me a thumbs up if you can all see me. Hi Polly. How are you? Nice to see you here. Oh my gosh. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Okay, now this is my first one with an actual live audience. So what I was planning on doing was clean up that wardrobe with you. What are you guys doing? Are you going to join along with me and actually clean up your space, or just hang around and watch me do it? Let me know in the comments, because this is new and I'm trying to connect with you live and it seems to be working. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, I'm going to be looking at my phone here. Let me show you the chaos that's my wardrobe. Is my audio okay? I've got the microphone here. Yes? No? I'll move over here and see if it changes. Okay. Oh, thanks, Jodie. That's always great to hear. Okay, so I can see there's a bit of a lag between what you're getting to see and what I'm actually doing. So I'm just going to put my phone down on my step ladder. I've got Louis down here. I think you can see me. He's decided, yep, vaguely, that he's going to join me and keep me company. And okay. All right. Okay. So it is embarrassing, but I have a huge mess in my wardrobe. And I think we all have this, don't we? We all have a spot in our house that becomes our dumping zone. For me, this is, okay, what I've got up here is books. And as you know, I used to love, not that I don't love, but I used to love buying books. And I used to buy a lot of James Patterson books. And then I found out that, well, not that I found out, but I remember that libraries also have books, and they actually have like a new quick read or new release section. So it basically meant I didn't have to buy books, and it meant that I didn't need to try and figure out what to do with my old books. And I went through a phase where I decluttered them. And by decluttering, I mean that, oh, thank you, Joanna. By decluttering, I meant that I put basically everything in boxes and then put them up here on this shelf, thinking that potentially I could A, sell them off, or B, donate them to op shops. And basically they just stayed up there. And then what happens is, oh, there it is. When I used to go to the Caro, he gave me one of these neck things, and you're supposed to put it behind your neck and lie back, and it's supposed to reconfigure or help you straighten your neck. And you can see I've used it a lot, and it ended up going there. And the funny thing is, my daughter Tiffany is also seeing the car as well. And funny thing is, sorry, I'm just basically talking to you as if you were here in this room. So basically, she went to the chiro because she was suffering from a little bit of back pain. She obviously spends a lot of time sitting at her job. And she went to the chiro and they got her to do an x-ray of her back. And they found out that she's got mild scoliosis on the lower part of her back. Never identified, never had any issues with her back. And it was news to me. Anyway, she started seeing the same chiro that Kevin sees. And Kevin loves this chiro, but I go and I don't find that it does anything for me. And I don't know whether it's in my head or what, but I don't see the benefit. However, I've started seeing not osteo. I think they're called osteo. And what she does, she's lovely. She's actually one of my daughter's, Tiffany's, best friend. She was, they became friends in grade prep, and her mum obviously became friends over the years as well. So they've known each other for 21 years, and she's actually going to be in Tiffany's bridal party when she gets married next year. Anyway, she's qualified as an osteo something or other. If you know what the word is, please let me know in the chat. And so she's got magic hands. And so I started seeing her, and she does like cupping. She puts the hot cups on your back, but then she does manipulation and adjustments. And when I finish with her, I actually feel wonderful. And I find that my back, especially my shoulder, I don't know if you remember, but I was filming a video a couple of months ago, and I went to grab something from my pantry on the top shelf. And as I pulled it down, it was heavy and it went back. And in grabbing it, I kind of hurt my shoulder, and I went to see the chiro for it a number of times, and it sort of worked, but it didn't. So then I started seeing my osteo, and it started working. So now I go to her. Anyway, I can't tell how many are actually here. Oh, no, there's 8, and that would be including me. Okay, all right. Should I get started and start taking some of these things down? I'm going to put my phone down because I need to get up there. Anyway, let me know folders. You know when the kids used to go to school and they used to have folders, and also when I used to do Kevin's bookwork, and I used to back in the day when we didn't have iCloud, so everything used to be paper, so I used to file everything away. Well, I kept the folders, but I don't think anyone needs them. Do I just bin them, or do I take them to savers and places like that? Do you think they will actually use them? Because obviously we don't use them. I might keep this one here that says bills and receipts. I'll keep that one. I think I'll make a pile there. And then everything else is going to be going away out of sight. I think I bought these from Kmart. So we'll see there. All right. I have to tell you, I'm so glad that this time it worked and that you're hearing me. I've got no idea what I did wrong the last time. Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's not going to work. Okay. Why? Can you tell me why is it that we try and throw? Oh, thank you, Jody. Taking them to the op shop is probably the best idea. Okay, I'll do that. I have. Oh God, I should not have done that. I'm actually hoping that I'll find my. On a side, I'm actually hoping that I'll find my wedding album, because a screen. I think it works, but we don't need it. So I think, I don't know, try and sell it on Facebook Marketplace or donate it. Not quite sure with that one. I find that sometimes I've tried selling things on Facebook Marketplace. Oh, that's a good idea. Angela, thank you. Or do a cheap by the box garage sale with all the stuff you don't want. Do you know, when we moved from our old house in South Morang to our new house, I did a garage sale. And it's interesting the type of people that go to garage sales. There's the ones that, are very friendly, very honest. And then there's the ones that they just try and take it, which is, yeah. It's just, and so because of those few people that are just not dishonest, it kind of makes it hard to then think, okay, do I put myself out and actually go and create a garage sale? I don't know. I've been lucky, but not. And then the funny thing, it's like the couple of people that were dishonest kind of left a sour taste in our mouth. Despite all the lovely people that were honest. And I've gone to garage sales and I love them. I love looking through things and seeing things that people give away. Here we go, the first of the books. I'm afraid that that's going to be heavy, but let me see. Yeah. Oh, good. All right, this is full of books. Yeah, full of books. Okay. So I was saying that I need to find my wedding album. I put it somewhere safe and I can't find it. And Lohan and Tiffany asked us some questions about the cards that we used for our wedding day. And we told them, but it's like, I'll show you, but I don't know where I put my wedding album. I think what I've done is I put it somewhere up here. So it's just a matter of finding it, filing stuff. It used to be that you used to have to keep things for a number of years before you could throw them away if there were bills and receipts and things like that. Oh, okay. Another question that I've got for you. I've got a huge box of negatives. Remember negatives back in the day when we used to actually print photos? Well, I've got a whole box of these. And my intention was to, oh my gosh, look at this. This is Charlotte when she was a baby. Oh, family photos. Oh, look at that. They were so little. They were so little. Oh, look at her. I stopped putting photos in photo albums, or did I? Or maybe I used to print them in doubles to share with family and friends. Oh, look at that one. Look at that little face. That was Charlotte, 06, February 06. Oh, my God. So these are all Charlotte's photos. Look at that. Do you still go through your family photos? I mean, we've stopped doing that because we all now have mobile phones. So we take photos on the mobile phones and then we don't go through the photos, or I don't print them anymore. In fact, I noticed that when the kids turned 21 and I wanted to print out photos from their youth, I didn't have many between the era of the income of digital photos and the date that I needed it, because we used to have to update. Thanks, Joanna. Yeah, I need to put them in albums too. I have to, but we actually have these filing cabinets, and this is where I keep all of our kids' old photos that I had printed. And the logic is that if ever we needed to run out the door because of a fire or some incident, they're all in the same spot and I can just grab them and throw them in the car. But essentially, they're just staying there. Actually, I wonder if I put my wedding album in here. Yeah, no. Okay, I don't need this, but do you know why I kept it? Because I thought this would be great for things in the kitchen, like chopping boards and things, but they're not thick enough. So again, I'm going to have to put them in a pile for donations. So I'm keeping the photos on one side and everything else on another side. Yes, they do end up piling up, don't they, the photos? So, Joe, do you still print all the photos that you take, even when you take them on your phone? Or are we talking about old photos in the old-fashioned camera? Because, yeah, I only just printed recently a couple of photos of my phone memory that I needed to print. But otherwise, I don't print photos anymore, and I feel bad about that. So anyway, the reason why I kept all those photos and negatives was because I was going to, huge job, upload them to the cloud, and that way at least they were there for the kids. One day, if they ever wanted to look back at them, they could have a look at them. And stepping back, when I was looking at photos of my kids for their 21st and realized I didn't have any between, end of print photos and digital, was because every time I'd upload my phone, I'd save the photos to, was it iTunes? It used to be iTunes. And somewhere along the way, I lost access to my iTunes account. And so now some of them are in the iCloud and some of them are just lost forever. So it's really sad. Oh, that's a good idea, Jody. Oh, Polly, so you keep all your photos in your room. That's good. Yeah, it's hard to print photos, isn't it, Joe? I mean, it's just, where do you put them all? Because some of the photos that I printed, obviously, I really loved of the kids. So if you know my gallery wall, that's where I keep all the special photos, or all the ones that I paid to get printed for dancing, concerts, graduations, etc. And some of the special ones from when the kids were babies. Well, then there's only so much room that I can have available to actually put the photos away. Another huge box of books to donate. So yes, I'm sort of in limbo trying to figure out, what do I do? Do I actually spend the time? Oh gosh, this is heavy. At least being live, you'll know if I fall over and hurt myself. It'll be live. Yeah, I don't know how to do this one. Okay. We'll do this one instead. Oh. Yeah, these are very heavy. Oh. Oh my goodness, I've got an old book. So you know that I came to Australia when I was 10 years old, and my parents came from Italy. Well, we actually came and I brought with me a couple of books. This is one of them. This is Storia dei Denti Eroi. I could still read it, and I don't know why I actually kept it, because realistically, I never went back and read it, but I've kept it. And it's like, what do I do with it? It's just an old book that you can see that actually 3-year-old or 4-year-old Deborah wrote and drew in it. Just, it's funny how the scribbles of children doesn't change, does it? One generation to the next, they're exactly the same. Anyway, I don't know what to do with this book. Anyway, I'm going to have to go through these boxes and actually just get rid of them, because I refuse to put them back up there. Okay, 4 books. And now this one. Ugh. Just as well I go to Pilates, hey? Okay, what's in here? Oh, okay. Let's have a look at this. I have, actually, you're going to laugh. Thanks, Jody. That is a beautiful book, but I don't know what to do with it. This, back in Italy, I don't know if anyone knows, but back in Italy, we used to get a reader every year. And this is from my grade 5 reading book. And it's basically, you would read every night a whole couple of pages, and then you'd have to do homework on it. And I kept it because when I left Italy, I left after grade 5. So this was the last reader that I had in grade 5. It's just interesting. I showed it to my kids once and they were like, oh, yeah, that's nice. We have an old dictionary. What do I do? Would anyone actually use this if I send it to the op shop? I mean, I go to the op shop and I look for like cooking books and James Patterson books that I haven't read if I want to buy something, which I've stopped. But I don't know, these, would it be worthwhile taking them? Okay, so it's getting there. All right. And then, what's in here? Oh, boxes. Why on earth would I keep boxes? Do you keep boxes, like empty boxes of your iPhones when you buy things? Like I've got a box for my AirPods. You know why I keep them? I keep them because these books, thank you, Polly. It's a good memory, isn't it? Keeping your old school books. I kept a few even from high school when I came to high school here. But again, it's just the memories are my memories. And so once I'm no longer here, no one else cares about them. They're not going to go back and say, oh, look at how Mum used to write. It's very similar to my writing, which is what I used to find interesting when I used to look at my mum's old books. And I used to say, oh, we've actually got very similar handwriting. So my kids aren't interested in that. Do you think it's a generational thing or is it an age thing that as they get older, they might, want to connect more with the younger version of me? Or I don't know. For the mums out there who have got older children and have moved on to that new stage in life of being empty nesters and perhaps even being a lot older than me, where the kids have got their own lives, do you find that they eventually come back and want to find out more about, when you were young and what life was like and what you as the mum was like as a child, as a young adult? I don't know. I'm interested in. Let me know. Anyway, so I keep these boxes because I find that they're really good in using them for storage. Instead of going out and buying plastic containers, not that I don't, like metal containers and plastic containers, not that I don't buy those, but these are really good, especially the Apple product ones. I don't know. I can't talk about Samsung phones and things like that, but I find that these are really good for storage. Yeah, I've got more storage here. Like I got these years ago from Kmart. I don't use them. I don't have anything up on my wall. So this is all stuff that's going to have to go. It's just empty boxes, like filing cabinets when the kids were at school and they absolutely needed to have a filing cabinet on their desk in their room. So we bought these. What do you do with them? I can't use them anywhere unless you've got an idea of how I can use them. Maybe. Anyway, let me know in the comments below or let me know in the chat whether you've used these and what you've used them for, because it feels like it's a waste of money. But if I look at everything being a waste of money and therefore I can't get rid of it, I'll never get rid of anything. But then there's an actual cost in time-wise of actually having to store it and clean it and figure out what to do with it. So these are storage things that need to go somewhere else. I haven't found my wedding album yet. Yeah, these are all books. Oh gosh, I can't get this out. Yeah, books. Angela, I must confess you do. Oh, I've lost track of what that was. Then I throw them, Jonah says, then I throw them out when I see how much it's clogging up the cupboard. Yes, exactly. And Jonah said, it's a generational thing. I loved hearing about my grandparents, but my adult kids are not that really interested in what they say as old-fashioned. Yeah, it's true, isn't it? I do as well. Recently started doing this as I have a new camera now and decide to keep boxes of electronics I buy in case I want to sell them. That's a good idea, Jody, to keep the boxes for on selling. You always end up getting more money if you've got the original boxes. I know that's what it's like when it comes to bags and things like that. All right, I think I am getting through here. Okay, what's this? More books. These are just books. Yeah, more James Patterson. Oh, this is funny. Back when I was a teenager or a young adult, I used to love learning about manners, and I guess it comes down from having been a new migrant. I wanted to make sure that I knew how to behave, and so I bought a book called Miss Manners. Does anyone remember that age, or in the 80s this would have been, 80s, early 90s, where being well-mannered was really good? And then I kept it for many years. So it's Deborah Vianello, my old maiden name, 1986. So I would have been 18 years old then. Guide to Reading Perfect Children. I didn't have children in 1986. So this is a very old book that I bought for myself. And I've kept it, 1986, we're in 2026, so 40 years. I've kept the book for 40 years, and I'm lucky to have looked through it a handful of times in that time. But I think I might keep that one. I'll have to go through all these books and seriously put them aside to donate, and only keep maybe a handful that have some sort of memento or memory for me. Okay. These I kept thinking I was going to sell, but I think I'm going to have more luck donating them because I think someone else will enjoy them a lot more than I did. They're the shoe containers that you hang in the wardrobe. So those are definitely going to be donated. They're really good. They're very handy if you've got limited space in a wardrobe, but you've got hanging space and you want to put your shoes. They come in really handy. I feel like I'm just taking everything out and not really sorting, but it is helping. Okay. More of that. Is everyone having a good day today? It's in Melbourne, it's been really cloudy. I went and took my new kids. I went and took my new kids, my babies, my dogs, for a walk this morning, and they were exhausted. We did the long walk today, and they loved it. This is another exercise tool for your back. So you're supposed to go against your neck and kind of do that to try and straighten your back. Again, didn't use it much. I suppose maybe that's why the Cara didn't work for me. I didn't do the exercises that he told me to do. In here, I have lots of ribbons and old cards, and I keep keeping them because every few years I do go back to a stage of wanting to decorate packages and presents. So I've got all these here. I'll go through these and clean it up because I will keep it. I love receiving a really well thought out and wrapped gift. The things that I've kept. Has anyone heard of the Murano in Venice? Well, we went there many, many years ago, and I bought all the glass lollies and the cherries, and I thought they were so cute. Very, very dusty. I'm not going to throw these out. These I like, and I'll keep them only because they've got really good sentimental value to me. Oh, that's good to hear. I find, Joe, that New South Wales actually has so much better weather than Victoria has. I don't know, but every time I compare Sydney weather and Melbourne weather, we're getting rain, and Sydney's got beautiful sunny weather. New South Wales always got sunny weather. Admittedly, in the summertime, you get the fires, which tend to be a lot stronger than ours. But, sorry, I've got the internal heating on, and because I'm moving a lot, I need to turn it off. Okay. I find that in New South Wales, you get a lot more nice hot weather than we do in Melbourne. So, but then you also get more of the extremes than we get, because I think you recently had a lot of rain, didn't you? Okay, old photos. So these are old photos from when Kevin and I started dating and we were young. Let me see what I can show you. They're crappy photos. You know, unlike today where you could actually go and have a look at your photos before you print them, back in the day you couldn't do that. So there's an old photo of Kevin and I think this was in Tasmania. I don't know if it's going to come through. Yeah, it's an old photo. Oh, where did we go? Yeah. Those, I think I might have to put these back here where our other photos are. Yeah. Okay. Why would I keep paper? Rubbish over there. Books and books and books. Great. Oh, this is a good book. If you're interested in the Second World War, I highly recommend The Fighter of Auschwitz. It's a really good story, obviously based on a real story of a Jewish prisoner and how he used his skills as a fighter to try and protect a lot of other people and keep them safe. It was lovely. I love reading those kind of books. Not in that I love them because they're fun. I love them because it brings to front of mind how cruel society has been historically. More stuff. Oh, look at that. I have some nail polish stuff, duplicates, which are really duplicates because I've got nail polish over there. So all this stuff can actually be thrown out. Yeah, all this can be thrown out. What on earth? A bag, shopping bag. What's this? Warning. Lubricate oil for motorized treadmill. Oh, okay, no, I need to keep that for the treadmill. Nail polish, nail polish. These are so old that I wouldn't know what to do with them. Okay. This electronic stuff, I think all this can be thrown out. Yeah, all this can be thrown out. Cards. Okay. Oh, do you keep old cards, like old birthday cards that you get? I do for a number of years. So I just love looking at them. Here's one for Kevin's 40th. But again, how often do you actually go back and review those cards and remember them? After a while, you really rely on your own memories, don't you, in your own mind, rather than having a look at what's in those boxes. And I feel like, and I guess this actually comes from, I haven't shared this yet, but Tiffany and Lohan are actually about to move out of home. And they're going to move in together before they get married. And they found an apartment. And it's great. It's exciting because I'm helping her, decide on furniture and what she needs. And we're having all these conversations about how when you move out, you don't realize what you need until you start cooking and making yourself something. And you realize that, hey, I need that spice, or I need that shopping board, or I need that I would just grab at mum's house. And you can't do that in your own place because you just don't know what you need until you actually go to use it and you don't have it. And so it made me realize that I'm entering a new stage in life of where my babies are starting to move out and getting close, and I'm getting closer to being an empty nester. And then by default, I'm starting to think about, okay, if I'm going to become an empty nester, I'm going to downsize in a few years. I'd rather start decluttering now than have to try and do it later on when we're suddenly at the end. Like, I don't mean at the end of our life, but I mean at the end as in close to having to sell and decide what to do with the stuff. So I'd rather do it now where I've still got the energy and I've got the bandwidth to be able to do it rather than wait till it's too late. Okay, rain there. Oh, thank you, Jody. Yes, you've still got your wedding photos. I've got them. I've got them somewhere. I just can't find them. So here, when we got married, back in the day, it was a big thing to get a bottle of Grange Penfolds Grange bottle, and we bought ours for our wedding year, so 1995. So we've kept it all this time, haven't drunk it. We've been married 31 years now. I don't know when's a good time to actually try and open up a bottle of wine that you bought specifically for an event, and then 31 years, is the wine still good? I don't know. And I don't want to open it and then find out that it's a really good bottle, or is it more that I don't want to open it and then not have it? But it's like it's sitting there. It's been sitting there for 31 years, unopened. It's like, at what stage do you actually open it? Has anyone else done that, like for your wedding year? Did you, for example, for the birth of my children, I bought them all coins of their year of birth. And I managed to do it for all of them bar Charlotte, because she was born in December. And with two younger kids, I had a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old when Charlotte was born. And so they were at kinder, they were after school activities, they were at school. I just didn't have the bandwidth, the mental bandwidth to actually plan ahead and buy her coins for 2025 earlier in the year, and I left it too late and I missed out. So she's the only child that doesn't have it. So I feel really bad about that. But going back to the wine, if anyone has actually bought a wine for their wedding as a present, a commemorative present, when do you actually crack it open and drink it? Because I feel like there's only so much you can keep of this stuff before then it goes off and it's a waste. Rosanna, I feel like you have lived the most phenomenal life. I just can't believe that you've lived and studied in Moscow. I always want to go there, but I'm also afraid of the propaganda that you hear on the news about the USSR or Russia or whatever it is called now. I feel like we get so much bad and negative publicity or negative news about it now that I'm afraid of going there. And yet, obviously your experience was different. Did you, if you've lived and studied there, you must have had a fabulous time. I can't wait to catch up with you one day and just pick your brains about all your experiences, because it would have been, I think you're about my age or maybe younger. So for you to have lived and studied there, that would have been at least 20 plus years ago. And I feel like Russia would have been very different to what it is now. So I'd be really curious to pick your brains and find out and just listen to you tell your stories. Are your children like that? Are your children interested in that part of your life and knowing about that aspect of your life? Because I know I would be. And I hope that they make the most of it, of finding out who the younger version of you was that took it upon themselves to go to a different country to live and study. I look at my parents and I think my parents migrated to Australia when they were 30 years old. And when I was 30 years old, Kevin and I contemplated moving from Melbourne to Queensland, because we went on a holiday to the Gold Coast just before we got married. And we loved it. We loved the heat. We loved the weather. We just loved the ambience of Queensland. But we couldn't bite the bullet and leave our family, who were all in Melbourne, and go live in Queensland. So to hear that someone actually went across to a different country, it's awe-inspiring for me, because I just don't feel that I've got that not enthusiasm, just I think I live in fear with that regard, because I always feel like, what if then my children don't follow me? What if something happens and I'm so far away? I don't know how my parents did, and I understand why they did it, because obviously, it was better for us. And maybe if it was better for my children, I might be able to do it. But for us to leave our family and just go to a different state, I just find that really challenging to do. And we say, Kevin and I think that maybe we might retire and go to Queensland one day. And I love the idea of that. But then what about my grandchildren? I won't see them. Oh, okay. So when I left home, my mum kept for me all my hobbies. And one of my hobbies growing up was, how many can relate? Stamps, collecting stamps. So I I was a nerd. What can I say? I was a nerd. I used to collect stamps, and here are the Canada stamps. And I mean, what do I do with these? Like, I mean, it's good to have, and I'm so happy that my mum kept them for me, but what do I do with this stuff? You know, someone help me out here. What do I do with my old stamp collection? Because I don't think anyone else would care about it. Oh. Okay. This is old makeup that I couldn't throw out. Oh, thank you. You used to collect stamps too. What do you do with them, Jodie? What have you done with them? Because I'm just at a loss. I like them, but I can't imagine putting them in like a photo frame and hanging them up. They're too small. Maybe my grandchildren? Yeah, I don't know. Those of you who have grandchildren, are they more into IT and watching TV and things like that? Or are they crafty and likely to be influenced by you and explore, all the types of hobbies like stamp keeping? Because if I thought that my grandchildren might be interested in it, I think I might keep them. I don't know. Let me know, those of you who have got grandchildren, whether you've got the opportunity of being able to share with them those older types of hobbies. I have a huge box of makeup that I kept from when I did my huge declutter years ago, and I just haven't been able to throw them out. Do you know why? Because it's like eyeshadows. I've got Morphe eyeshadows here for yonks ago that I haven't used. But I mean, really, the eyeshadow, look, I think the only one, you can see which ones I use, are the black one down here and the browns and some, actually I might keep, okay, I can't throw away makeup, especially eyeshadows. It's not like it goes off. Well, technically it's got an expiration date, but I haven't had any problems with them. I think lipsticks probably do expire. I need to throw them out. Okay, I need to go through these and throw these out. And then, okay, just empty boxes here. I bought these as boxes for decor. You can put, I used to have magazines in here, cookbooks in here, and kept them out of sight. I like these. I think I will keep using these, so I'll keep those. Okay, so that's empty now. And I'm going to go through and decide what's actually going to go back inside. And the first thing that is definitely going to go back are my digital? No. My, what are they called? I've gone blank. Photo negatives. My negatives, they will definitely go up here. Okay. My makeup I'm keeping. I will go through it. Actually, I might do a live where I go through all my makeup. Would anyone be up for that? Because I just don't know what to do with that. You still got your stamps, Polly. Oh, really, Rosanna? Rosanna says Moscow is one of the most beautiful and very big city. Russians are very friendly people and very welcoming. Ah. That's okay, Patricia. You haven't missed much. I've just basically been talking. If you go through the chats, you'll see what we've been talking about. I basically emptied out what was up there. I love the idea that Moscow is one. I agree, Rosanna. I think Moscow is definitely one of the most beautiful places in the world. I imagine that it would be big in the way that New York is big, but have the history of, say, London and Paris would have. Am I correct, or am I just completely off? Let me know. Okay, so books are going to go. Box, okay, stamps are going to stay. Okay, I think I might put the makeup up here. Surely that's not all I'm keeping. It can't be. You mean I've been holding on to junk for all this time? The bottles go there. Storage, I can go in the garage. Cards. I can't throw the cards because some of them belong to Kevin. He'll go through them one of these days. And then the only other thing that I'm keeping are the ribbons, which I will go through for Christmas in time to see if anything can be reused. I find ribbons don't go off. You can't really do much with them that makes them go off. And dust, sorry. Does anyone else do this? Blow on the dust to make it go away. Isaac, my son, made me these. He used to love Lego growing up. And so he made me Big Ben and the White House. What's the piece? So they will stay. But as I'm getting older, I'm finding that I don't like dusting. And I don't like to have things out that are really fiddly to dust. Hence why they've stayed there. But I don't know. Obviously, I'm keeping them because he made them and he spent the time to do it. And I always value the presents that my children handmade because I feel like, and I think you probably agree, that whenever something is handmade, there's an element of love and care and, yeah, that care, that love and care that they put into it. So I can't get rid of it, but it also doesn't go in my decor, so I don't know what to do. Do you have things like that you sort of think, I really like them, but they don't fit my aesthetic? And actually, off on a tangent, when did things have to start fitting an aesthetic? I go to my mum's house and she's got stuff from like 30 years ago. 40 years ago when she came to Australia. We came to Australia in 1978. So she's got stuff from 1978. And I look at her and I think, that's well past its use-by date. You know, you can just, no, as in food, as in decor, you can throw it out and buy something new, but she keeps it because I guess it's a memory for her, but it's not a memory for me. And so these are a memory for me, but not for others. So then I'm thinking, do I put them out on display or do I just save them for a time when I want to put them out? Or do I just keep them then for my grandchildren who might want to play with Lego that their dad played with? So for me, that's important. Kevin and I don't have a lot of older toys that we used to play with. And because our parents migrated, we don't have a lot of extended family that we can go back and say, that would say, your dad used to play with this toy, so now you can play with it. We don't have that. So I think I'm going to keep these for one day. But everything else is going. It's going to go to savers or op shops and things like that because they're just books and I don't need them. Okay. I think that is it on the folders. I need to go through another cabinet that's got all our receipts and things and sort them out so they can stay there. Oh, my God. Can we please just take a moment to admire the empty space that we have? Okay, so that's done. And that's been 50 minutes. I don't know if anyone's interested in staying longer because let me know how much time you've got. I was thinking that maybe an hour and a half would be the tops that anyone's attention span could possibly stay. So let me know your thoughts. Now, if you thought that was bad, let me show you. Thanks, Jody. She said I did a great job. Thank you. I need the pat on the back because I need it because then I just have to, basically what I'm going to do is take all these boxes. Let me show you. This is what I'm seeing now. Sorry for the head spin. That's what I'm seeing now on the floor. Those are all boxes of